Good morning, guys. How are you all? Welcome to my channel. So today is the reveal of the next prompt, which is a collaboration between Susanna from Vintage Blend Studio and myself, Botanical Beauties. We've picked one of our favourite flowers to be revealed each month. This is for all the newbies that have just stumbled across our world of slow stitching, embroidering, painting, sketching, you name it, we'll give it a go. So, drum roll, my, oh, hang on. Still got that cold just hanging around. Anyway, drum roll. I know you're all yelling, get on with it, Corrine, get on with it. Rose. I think someone said to me somewhere along the line, I bet it's a rose next. And I had to keep the best poker face. I was like, how did you know? How did you know? How does she know? Have I buggered this up? Have I accidentally said the word rose? Anyway, it's a rose. So first thing is, let's have a look at roses. Now, this book here we introduced to you at the beginning of the season of stitching, and it is just a fantastic book of flowers that can be used as a base, I guess, for painting and embroidery and just, gosh, anything. So what I want to do is have a look at what pages we have roses on, and from there decide what type of rose, because isn't it a huge category? So we're looking for rose. So we could visit page 30, page 46, 66, 71 and 75. I have my trusty friction pen so that I can begin to sketch, and my iron is turned on. You can probably hear it clicking there, which is my eraser. If there's something I can't quite get right, we can just iron it to make it disappear. So let's have a look at page 30. I remember picking my flowers, months ago, actually probably October last year. And so there were certainly flowers that I found caught my eye, but I haven't looked since. So I want to revisit the process and see, rose, and see which one catches me. Now I will say on my piece, it's going to be a flower that comes from the bottom, because some of the other flowers we've selected are more suitable for like the pansies growing out of the ground. So it's going to be the swoosh up the side type of flower for me. So I need to keep that in mind when looking at design. Classic rose. Okay, page 46. Let's see what we've got there. Okay, yeah. I'm not going to go there. That would be beautiful, but full on, like, I'd maybe be concerned that it would get muddy in here. And I know I'd be tempted to bring lace into there. And then would it look like a rose? It might look like some other flower. In my mind, these are those cottage roses that you often see over trellises. So they're a smaller bud, very lacy looking, not that classic rose look, which I'm thinking I'll probably go towards. So I'm going to eliminate that. That looks like it could end up looking like a camellia at the end of it. And I'll have the name, or an azalea. Like I've got little azaleas just finishing flowering on bushes just outside my window here. Like they're all brown and dying off now. It's sort of the end of the season for them. And I think by the time I finish that and then put the word rose on there, someone might go, that looks like an azalea. So we're going to try and keep things obvious. 66. What's this one? Okay, yeah, once again, yes, it's a rose, but yeah, no. I think Corrine would lose her way in that flower. It's not classic enough for me. I'm sort of picturing that long stem, due to my piece has that long lineal look about it. 71. Let's have a look at that guy. Oh, okay. So they're starting to work the piece from previous, which is that other one, that one that could be an azalea if I went near it, into it. So that even looks like a rose, but it's not. It's impatient. See, there's such a close line between some of these flowers, so be careful with the selecting of your design because it could quickly look like any flower. So that'd be my hot tip for the day. Let's have a look at 75. Oh, hello. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we definitely need a bud. And I guess we've just got to have a think about the axis of the rose. Is it going to be something I can see down into the throat? Or something that is closed like this guy and the petals are sort of, it's just starting to open. The leaves, easy peasy, they're going to be pretty easy to sketch. I think they've sort of got that distinct look with that tip. The leaves need to have that wide base and little tip. Thorns, if we can't pull off thorns so that when someone looks at our piece and says that's a rose, I think I would have to hang up my sketching. I'm sure I could do a thorn. All right, so I'm just going to put a marker there. Actually, I'm going to put a marker there and there, because I think we're going to do a hybrid rose, but in that form. Let's just have a quick flip through this. Now this helps with not only the design of the flower, this watercolour, but it helps me think about the placement of colour and stitch. Now, is there a table of contents that will flip us straight to a rose? Okay. I'm thinking it's not going to be a classic rose. 104. Let's have a little peek. Yeah. Well, it is, but it's a big guy and intense. You see how you could, with thread, you could easily lose yourself and it become just a blob. At least with paint, you can show light, shading, depth. You can see that there's, depth in there. That's a real challenge with stitching. So thank you very much, but we're not going to go down that track. What this does show me is I could certainly be quite playful with the leaves, which is interesting. I might just do a quick little sketch of some of these leaves just to get my head, warm up the brain. I like how that, let's say there's a rose petal there. I like how that sort of swings out. It's probably not as pointy as that girl. It's a gentle swing. Comes to a bit of a tip and then pans back down. So it looks like that flower is flat. Then this flower looks like it's curved. So not that I may end up putting these into my piece, but leaves are fun to play with, that you can practice getting the shape of things. So that to me needs to be more curved to give the impression of that hump that's happening here and the downward pull on that point where this guy's holding his own. And even the veins, that really helps tell you that that petal or that leaf is hanging down, where this one is more relaxed in the air. There's something keeping it more taut. So just have a little sketch and see. Now this leaf's interesting. He's coming up the side, like you're looking at him sideways, but then you do get a glimpse more of the actual leaf. And then your veins would go sort of more like that. So you've got this, veins are wrong. You can do so much with leaves. So they're pointing down where those are sort of pointing up. And that looks silly. They would be both going that way. Yeah. So you can create different shapes, like even little tuck up leaves. I don't know if we're going to need all of this on our piece, but it's a good way of loosening up. That one's got that feel of bending down. Yeah, just keep it loose. That's what I think I'm trying to demonstrate to my mind. Okay, I don't think there's much in here unless I'm missing something. Is there a bunch of roses painted in cluster form somewhere? It's a beautiful book. But if you were to Google free rose sketch, black and white, heaps and heaps of images online. You could even really be specific if there was an actual rose, sorry, you would like to focus in on. Okay, you can also go to YouTube and sketch drawing a rose. Oh, these hounds. Pepper, pepper, pepper. Okay, so location. Let's have a look at my corners. So we've got nothing there. Oh, okay, that feels like it could work with roses. And not much there. So for the newbies, this was a stitched tablecloth that I picked up, I think from Purveyor of Textiles, I think. I'm liking this. Someone else has been here before me. So I'm thoroughly loving picking this vintage piece up. So that's someone else's work, not mine, and working into it. I'm thinking I like here, and then the colour palette will complement these darker tones, but we'll see. Who knows? Let's have a look at this rose again. And where's that other one? Okay. I love how there's sticks and, you know, that long linear shape. So let's put the book up out of the way. That's my inspiration. Let's get this. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Oh my goodness. We're going to attempt to draw a rose. Talk about nerve-wracking. So I'm envisioning, I don't know, I seem to want to go this way for some reason. Let's bring my picture back in. Just getting a bit of a visual. We definitely need a glorious bud at the top. How close do I want to be? We're worried about stems. Let's just get this bud. Do we want an open bud or a closed bud? So bear with me, guys. I think we might do a little bit of an open one. But we'll see. It's going to be whatever it's going to be, isn't it? So let's just work on those tight little petals that make up the center of a rose. It's quite tight in there with wrapped up tight little, and then it slowly starts to come out. I don't know if this is right yet. We'll see how we go. Nothing like a hot iron to make a mess disappear. I feel like that needs to go more there. Hot iron, come on in, real close. Let's just get rid of that for now. And I think I've got a little bit big too soon, so I might just drop another petal in there. in the book, there's this guy. And I think that anchors the whole thing. We've got a bit of a throat that's visible as well, just to give us a bit of a line. Changing direction already. I'm concentrating. Can you hear it ticking? It's not exactly to the book, but I'm trying to use that to get my form right. So if that's the bud coming down in there, then we've got this petal coming across there. So yeah, that's better. So we've got those two coming through there and coming through there. So that encapsulates that center, and then we just embroider in there. We've got a little guy coming across the back. So there's the, I guess the slow version of the bud. This little guy, I think, is one big leaf petal. I think that needs to be one big petal, and that is it curling. I'm going to bring the picture down a little bit more so you can see what I'm looking at. That just denotes that bud is there. And depth. See, not all lines need to meet up. I sort of feel like I have lost my way a little bit there, but I think I can. No, that's good. Ooh, I like that. I suddenly see a flower. Oh, this cold's still lingering, but I'm okay. Don't worry about me. It's all good. That there actually needs to form into there. Now we're cooking. Okay. Now this little guy, let's have another go at you, because I'm going to put a little petal out there. That's that one. They need to disappear a little into the fold here and then here. That's cleaner. Oh yeah, I like that. So now we've got to have a petal that's coming up here. Am I too big? Maybe. Maybe it's got to be more like that. Have I got that right? That's better. Okay. All right, so we've got our tight. There's our throat. I think that line there needs to be more direct. Yep. Looks like a cabbage. Anyway, carry on. I need to get this guy in. I think this guy is going to set me on the right path. Probably too big, but let's just start with that. Then that brings that guy in with somewhere to nestle. We'll bring a petal out there, but we'll see. There's a little upturned lip here. I like that. That looks like the artist knows what they're doing if we can get that in. Oh my goodness, I tell you. For me to sit and actually sketch a rose from my brain, nah, it's not going to happen. I can see the rose, but I can't see detail in my brain. I'm not a, you know, an artist that can break it down into the elements that creates, you know, the image in their mind. Oh, that's not me. I'm more of a find an image and then go from there. Does look a bit cabbagey still, but anyway, let's get this guy coming in, which is we're really starting to break down the petals now. And this little guy is hanging out here massively. Shorten him up a little. So if I can see an image, I can copy it to some degree. But even so, you know, you can see the detail of that rose, and I'm still nowhere near. Oh, goodness me. And it's all about angles. See that guy there? When I start now really looking at that petal, it's more of a swing back on itself, which I missed in the first sketch. So it's just a case of fiddling around. I still don't like that up there, but, you know, we're getting there. Might take me a good hour, but we'll get there. Like the lily. Took a bit, didn't it? But we got there. I think this is too flat. It's more of a softer line. That gives that a bit more air. Something's not right in there. Maybe I ironed something out. Like, it doesn't have to be absolutely identical. Well, it won't be because I'm not that good. Yeah, I feel like that's a little bit better. And then maybe get the center of that rose sitting. And sometimes it's about don't connect lines. Just leave it a bit looser. Something's still not right in here. I think there's a line there and that disappears into there. And then it'll look completely different once I start sketching, you know, stitching and painting and I don't know. I'm going to go off on my own tangent now and bring another leaf in, a petal in around there. I just feel like I need to maybe look away from that sketch for a bit and just rely on my mind and what I believe a rose to look like. That's better. Maybe I'll just do a bud. We'll see. Keep going, girl. Don't give up yet. She won't give up. It's that downward movement that they've got there. That's very clever. It's more of a down. Looks like an ear. Let's get this in. So this is where the bud comes from. Maybe that'll help me anchor myself. And then there's these little green bits that hang out. They look like wings. I definitely feel like I've got muddy in there. And that probably just needs a slight curl. It's not too bad. Roses are tough, guys. I've lost my little peak that I had here to make that feel more 3D. If all else fails, I could get a copy of this and, you know, bring it in with just a sketch, put it over the window. If this doesn't look like a rose, I tell you, I'm going to abandon. I'm going to I think I've got too many lines. I need to open her up a little. Just with, I really like this section. I think I've captured that. I like in the center. I'm pretty sure we can get the feel of that. It's the cabbage leaves that come around it. Oh my goodness. I know you guys are sitting there enjoying watching me suffer. I need to make that leaf petal. So you know I'm concentrating because I can't even use the correct words to talk through. I think there needs to be another petal there, and then that guy comes in from behind there somehow. And then we put a little lacy edge on him. See, the cabbage is getting bigger now. Oh my goodness. That looks horrific. Maybe the girls met a match. I know you guys are probably looking at it from a distance thinking she just needs to put a line through there, you know, just to get her shape right. She's lost it when she did that line. And that's pretty much what drawing is like. You can just put the simplest line in. I know I've lost it here. I'm a bit happier with that. Maybe I'll just have another go over here. How long have we been at this? Half an hour. We still don't have a rose. I love that. But we need a petal coming out through there. And then that makes sense coming out there. I've lost the fact that this is in behind there, and that then could be a little bit bigger there. Does it look like a rose or a cabbage? It's too rounded. Something wrong up here. And then that comes there. It's better. What's wrong with that? Maybe this then could come more up here. Maybe this is too droopy. Looks like an earlobe. Oh my goodness. All the artists out there will be watching this guy. This is a slow train wreck. I must say, out of the whole series, I really look forward to this very first video because it's like discovering something, creating something new. I really look forward to it. All right, where are we at? I'm just looking up at the TV because I'm projecting my iPad up to the TV. So I'm getting the Vincent van Gogh distance look. What don't I like? Stop screaming at the TV, guys. I can't hear you. And I know you're saying, put your pen to the left, to the right. I feel like we could get a little bit chunkier out here. like that. Yes, less cabbage. This is still a problem. But we do need to bring it around. Maybe it's got to be a sharper in. No, it's got to be out there. Oh, that's not bad. No commenting from the peanut gallery out there. See, this edge here needs to be a little bit more lacy. Is that got to be straighter? No, still got to be fatter. You know what'll happen if I don't like this? The girl's just going to iron over it and start again. Like, I just think we're close. Let's get a bit of definition here. There's that little kick up. Then we've got the base of the rose coming through. Then we've got these little green breakaway leaves. That's not bad. What do you reckon? You can't talk to me, so probably I think that's got to be flatter. So it looks like it's, no, maybe it needs to be a bit higher. Right. Look at your picture, girl. It goes down there. Don't go and reinvent the wheel. It's not a round nodule. It's a little point. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm doing this live on YouTube. It'll be out there forever. You can just delete the video. Pretty happy with that, actually. We're getting there. That's a rose, isn't it? I think it is. Well, it's not a camellia. All right, let's, that was exhausting. I'm going to bring the stem through. Let's get that locked away. Doesn't go that thin there, but anyway. Where are we going to put a bud? I think we need a bud here like it is in that. It's got a bit of a rounded bottom on it. It's then still within the, surely buds are got to be easy to draw. Let's start that again. I need to do that petal first. Surely she can draw a bud. Let's get this little shape happening. First, he's nestled in there. He's got a little point about him. He's then got another little petal coming up here. And then another one there. And he's quite plumper. I do apologise to all the watercolour artists, the acrylic artists and artists in general. This is why I wanted to do this project. I just wanted to challenge myself and, you know, have a play with drawing again. Work it into my work. Be brave. Be adventurous. Have a go. All right. I've got a bud. I'm happy with Bud. He's probably not as fat as Bud could be. But it's a bit messy up there, so let's make a decision and draw him in. All right, it's clean. So we need a leaf to come up over it and around, and then around here. It's quite fine. So you see how sometimes just starting your drawing in the right place, like I started with the base before, and for me, I don't know if that's right or wrong, but it just wasn't coming together. So then I clicked that really I should get that first petal into position and then mush my way back to where it should be. I'm liking that. That does need to connect through there, otherwise it looks like it's sitting out in the open. That'll all be green or ish through there. I think I'd have to be challenging myself drawing on fabric too. That can't be easy. There we go. We have a bud. That needs to be a little bit more cut away. Yep. Whew. So let's get that's Bandit and Pepper rolling around behind me on the patio, mouthing at each other, groaning and goosing. Let's get that, guys. That guy's stamp. Sorry about my my throat. Cherry blossoms were easier. Lily was tricky. I might, no, follow the, I'm not drawing that, I'm out. I'm going to draw leaves and buds. I'm going to do, but this little guy is actually behind this guy, all right? I'm going to draw a little bud here. There's lots of buds on these roses, all right? There's only one that's popped and bloomed. The rest are still coming, all right? It's just the way this garden is coming together. And I'll do that green with a hint of the rose inside. All right, we're cooking now. Okay. Oh, I'm exhausted. I need to stop and have a cup of coffee. Okay. Now, leaves. Let's throw a branch coming from this guy up into here, I'm thinking. And we have a leaf. What am I thinking? Let's just do a rough sketch first to get a feel for it. We have a leaf there, a leaf out there, and maybe a leaf disappearing behind it. You're thinking she's copped out. She's not doing any more roses that are open. Well, you are correct. The girl knows when she's batting above her pay grade, and she's going to fill it in with leaves and buds. That looks like it's joining that petal. So we can't be as obvious as that girl. We're going to have to make... Why don't we do one of these side leaves, which is a case of sketch it half Just a little hint of it showing. Give us that point. Yep. This guy we can do a nice luscious heading down to a point leaf with the vein. Yep. Let's put a thorn in there. Got to have our thorns. A thorn there. It's those thorns that are going to sell the story. Otherwise, they're like, not going to know what the hang the girl's up to here. We'll bring in a bit of a leaf thing here. Oh, those dogs. We'll do one of those sideways leaves. And then something sort of yep. Need a thorn to tell us it's a rose. It's the secret, guys. It's the thorns. Okay, couple buds, couple leaves. Need something out here, don't we? I got sidetracked. Let's bring that. I really like that guy. Let's just bring more of a flat classic rose. We can be a little bit bigger and bolder. Okay. So the big rose has this little guy and that little guy. Does it need any more flower leaves? Maybe a bit of a thing happening down here with some smaller leaves to soften. We're filling in with leaves now. We can draw leaves. But just a smaller, there's sort of the fresh sprouting growth. Rose leaves have a little shape about them, don't they? I need to actually make these lines more jagged. See how they're a bit too curved? I can play with that a little bit more. I'll do that with my black pen. Be a little bit braver with the edges of the leaf. That to me feels very rosy. Like I need more of a jagged feel to them. We'll get that when we sketch it in. Okay. I might... Where can I put another bud? That bud's too big. He's gone. I need to make him a little bit smaller and petite. That's better. They sort of look like lemon tree. Get that jagged, I think. How's that, guys? Is that enough? Whew, I'm exhausted. Something's wrong with these leaves here. There'll never be one by itself, so I've got to do some additional. Get a bit of air between them, girl. That's good. Thorns. That's what we need, is thorns. Let's tell the story. They've probably got a shape. Let's have a look at thorns. Yeah, they do. Look, it's like a cat's claw. Let's have a play with one that's more curved. I think I like my little sketchy thorns, to be honest. I'm not going to do cat's claws thorns. I'm just going to do just a little. I sort of feel like I need something up here. Maybe I'm overthinking it. And to get something up there, I need to bring a new branch through. And I like this. I feel like it's working. And if I was to bring I like the air there. I've got 3 flowers, so that's good. If I was to bring a whole new branch through, I think I'd ruin it because it'd either have to come in behind everything and try and get a bud at the top here. Oh, am I brave enough? So the stem would come through the back here, and it might make this muddy. That'd look great there, but to get it there, you know, they've used that as the top of their piece. We've not done that. We've tried to fill the air with leaves and thorns. Yeah, I think just leave well enough alone, girl. Maybe I put the little tag here that says rose. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll put the word rose there. That'll help, you know, drift it up. The others stopped in a similar position, so no, that's all right. I'm probably about that too short. Let me pull it down a bit so you can see. Oh, those dogs. Yeah, see, I'm probably about that too short. Maybe that's where a dragonfly goes if we go down the track of embellishing it at the end with some additional things. Maybe the dragonfly space. This is good, like for the center, I'm happy with that. Yeah, I like my rose too. I think it's okay. I've got plenty of thorns. All my lines are connecting. Yeah, just got to work out things like junction points. So that, which is, you know, black pen. Don't iron the cord, girl. My eraser is getting uncomfortable with my behaviour. Yeah, so those are definitely behind. That comes off. Yeah, I think we've got it, guys. I think I'm happy. I know it got scary there at one point. I was scared myself. Can we get another budding? If we did, really the only spot would be in there. And I think it'll muddy it. I think we need to let the air... Yep, just stop. Put the pen down, girl. I think we have got something. All right. I'm going to let that sit now and look at it for a day or so because I don't see something's still not right there. The base of the flower, the petal behind, that guy over the top. We've got a little turned up lip here. And then we've got the little green dropping behind. Yep, and then it's those little spots now that really need a bit of attention to really make it look like it is attached. Yeah. I'm just looking at all my little lines now for each. I'm happy with that guy. I'm happy with that guy. and this guy. So that's the 3 meeting. This fellow here, he is, oh gosh, I hope I didn't just, happy with that. I think I'll thin the bulk out there, just bring that leaf, a petal down and that one up to it. Don't think it needs to be, it's a little bit straight line, so he's good. He needs to come out. There we go, got it. I will draw in some of these little lines. That looks too formed. I think that needs to be more, no, it doesn't have a V, but it needs to go as high as that. Yeah, okay. I'm happy with these petals. That corner, is it curved? Yeah, I'm going to make it more curved. No. I'm going to put more of a tip on it. Yep, like that one. I'll do some shading there, like it's a little turned up. Could even do it there, just to show that that's a bit crinkled up on the corner. Bit of a V in there, like it's split. There's been a little bit of damage. Excuse me, guys. I'm happy with the bud. Happy, yep. That all makes sense through there. Just needs to be a bit cleaner. The more you tidy your picture up, I think at this stage, before the black pen comes out, the better. Because you don't want to be, you know, stuck with a line you don't want. Happy with that little guy. Just needs to be clean. So, yeah, what I'll do next is just let it sit. Yeah, like that. Yep, that's better. Happy with these leaves. They just need to be a little bit more rose-like and not so swoosh of a line. I'm going to be looking at roses everywhere now. That's better. That's better. Bring that into there. It's that jagged little edge is the trick to it, I think. Let's tidy up this tip. Yes, love that one. Yep. This one here is a little bit too simplistic. So let's sharpen that up and maybe give it more of a jagged line. Yep. That little guy there. What am I trying to do? See, they're getting small, and the jagged lines are staying the same size as the big one, so you've got to downsize, downscale. Are we happy with all our stems? This is a little bit unnatural, I think. That'd be the main point. This little guy would join in with a stem, and that little guy would come in a lot finer. That's better. That needs to be a little bit more dainty there. Huh, look at the bud. It doesn't even match up either side of the branch. So that needs to make sure. See, it's those little details that I think make or break a drawing. You might not see it when you first sketch in, but when you do see it, you'll never unsee it. Does that make sense? That's technical speech for that looks really bodgy, and you need to work on your bud a little bit more, girl. Oh, I like that. It's a bit it's a bit bent. Let's try that again. Let's bring up the bud more there, and let's straight line, girl, and then flesh out your line. Yep, that's better. We need a spiky bit there to soften that edge, a spiky bit there. That spike's good. Thorn, that thorn is too big. Yep. 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 So what's happening down here where these meet? Oh, could it be one branch? It could be. I don't need a second stem. We can bring this guy down onto there. Oh, cool. It's now gone from a bunch of roses to a rose stem with multiple. There. Hello. That's better. All right. I think we've done it. Oh my goodness, I'm exhausted. I need to lie down now on the floor and just relax. Do not touch that with the iron, girl, because we're there. All right. Maybe a little bit more. I just want to tidy that up. I know it gets cleaner once you do your black lines, but you know, maybe we do a bit of a kick there. Oh yeah, let's fold it in. I like that. All right. Like I said, I'm going to just let this sit, have a look at it over the next few days, a couple times at a glance, and just see that it's logically sitting right. No rush. Done. One rose. So there you go, guys. Enjoy. This one's going to be a challenge, but then there'll be artists out there and go, no, darling, I can do a rose and it'll be done. But if I was you, I'd go and find a beautiful piece of rose fabric and cut it out and go for it and just start stitching. So whatever you want to do, however much you want to push yourself, there we go. The rose is in position. Still think it could have been bigger, but we're not going to push our luck. We're just going to leave it at that. Maybe the next flower here could be a little bit more proportioned like this and it'll be fine. Maybe I'm just thinking that, you know, the lily got out of control. Look how far the lily went up, see? But if that had a stop there, it'd be identical. There's the cherry blossom. It went further. I think that's probably why I'm thinking that's probably a bit small. But no, we are not going to tempt fate and do another rose. Oh my goodness. No, we're not. It's too scary. Could do a bud like that size. Then how do I connect it in? So this branch is there. It'd either have to come in here or no. That's it. Tools down. The girls, that's it. We're tapping out. Don't mess with it. I love it. I'm really happy with it. That's the main thing. And we'll stick something there one day. Yeah, really cool. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. Thanks for putting up with that. Maybe a couple of little lines here. I think it's because it's messy in there that I'm not seeing a clean line there. But that, I think that'll be fine. All right, very good. Thank you, guys. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you next Monday for the next process, which will be drawing in my lines and potentially starting with some paints and things like that. And then we get stitching. Okay, look after yourselves. Bye.